Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Today we're going to be, well, it's very hot here, so I figured I'm going to try to make a Tom Collins. I believe it's a Tom Collins. Is it or John Collins? One of the two that uses bourbon. The other Collins is with gin. So today we're using the Bardstown. This one's the Fusion series. Uh, when I went down to Kentucky a couple years back um, with some of my friends, we ended up stumbling onto Bardstown Distilleries, which I'm trying to get this in frame. Shit. Um, we stumbled onto this distillery, and they had two bourbons that was, I guess you could say, experimental, and it was called Collaboration. There was a white label and black label. White label, I believe, was finished in wine cask. Yeah, I believe it was in wine cask, and the black label was cognac. And I ended up buying a bottle for 130 bucks because once it was gone, it was gone. Wish I still had that bottle because it was amazing. Uh, the best way I can describe it, if there's like in your liquor store, you can find a bottle of Legion whiskey. It tastes like Legion, except for it was thicker. Legion, again, I mean this in all in the best positive ways. Legion is like a watered down version of Collaboration, as in it's thinner, but still amazing whiskey. Highly recommend. So, Bardstown, me and my friends are big fans of them because of how they treated us. Uh, Again, they were just a small distillery, and they they didn't treat us like customers. You know, like, oh, here's some people who'd like to buy our product. It wasn't that at all. The owner came down, shook our hands, treated us like regular people, and was very interested in how we found the distillery. And we found it by accident. It was a happy accident. Uh, so I'm glad every time I see a bottle of theirs that I haven't had yet, I have to buy it. You know, I want to show my support for them because they were really good to us. They treated us very, very well. So I can't help but gush a little bit about these guys. I'm gonna put this bottle over here for right now. So before I make the drink, let's try. Let's sample the bourbon. All right, cheers. Ooh, there's a lot of rye. A lot of rye that kicked in. First initial sip, got that classic bourbon taste to it. But what really shined through to me, especially with that first sip, was a lot of that rye. Just seeing as 21%. So this is a blend. So 58% blend of the Bardstown bourbon, aged 4 years. Excuse me. 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Then 12% of the Bardstown bourbon, aged 4 years, 70% corn, 18% rye, 12% barley, and then the last 30% is Kentucky bourbon, aged 12 years, 78% corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley. So I definitely taste that rye. Like, and it's more. I would say it's more of a Caribbean rye. Like, it tasted more like a dill pickle than like rye bread, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just taste the rye. That's interesting. Let's see, 30, 49. All right. So let's go ahead and make this drink before my dog makes even more noise. All right. So I just saw this, didn't really see any measurements, so we're gonna wing it. So this is basically gonna be a oh shit. Um, Damn, pretty good sparkling water. It's basically gonna be like a sparkling whiskey sour. So if that's the case, gonna just use this. Do one part simple. One part lemon juice. Again, you don't have to use this. You can just use regular lemons if you have them. Fresh is usually better, but I'm lazy, so using this. Oh Jesus! It's hard to squeeze. Okay, and I'm gonna do 2 parts bourbon, and hopefully I have some sparkling water somewhere. Okay. Shit, fuck. Come on. Got some sparkling water. And there you have it. A Tom Collins, I think. One of the Collins. All right. So this should be like a bourbon lemonade, sparkling lemonade, or a sparkling whiskey sour, basically. So we'll see how it is. Cheers. That is extremely refreshing, especially on a hot day like this. This is very refreshing. Highly recommend. So, I mean, it is exactly what you think. It's basically a lemonade with a little bit of bourbon, and it's like if you like sparkling lemonades, you'll like it. Like if you're not a big bourbon drinker, you can replace it replace the bourbon with gin, and it becomes more of a. I think that's a John Collins. Yeah, and But even if you're not a bourbon drinker or a whiskey drinker, you give this to someone and you just say, yeah, it's a Collins. You know, they would never expect that there's bourbon in it or there's whiskey in it. You know, it just tastes like a refreshing lemonade. Yeah, highly recommend, especially on a hot day. It's perfect. All right, so that's all I got for y'all today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do all the YouTube things, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.